loves, it's Hailey Reese, and today I am coming at you with an extremely spooky story. I've told you guys before, one of the coolest things about having this YouTube channel is that people approach me with their stories all the time. And every once in a while, I hear a story that brings goosebumps to my skin, and I feel the need to share it with you guys. Today's story has to do with a school in Japan and a faceless figure that ended up possessing or kidnapping one of the girls. Now, this is something that one of you actually sent in to me. I read the story in great detail and I want to share it back with you guys. However, because it is not a story of my own, I can't really say whether or not it's 100% true. All I can say is that I'm a vibe person. I do not feel like this person was making this story up, and it seems like it could have happened. So definitely leave a comment down below letting me know if you guys believe this story or what you think about it, but regardless as to whether or not it's 100% real or what happened over there in Japan to this young lady, it's a freaky story and we're in the Halloween spirit, so we are going to tell it. Before I get into today's video though, I just very quickly want to say, if you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Hailey and my family on here is just the best. I don't even know what more to say than that. So if you enjoy my videos and you enjoy this family as much as I do, I mean, nobody will ever love this family as much as I do, but if you enjoy this family, you enjoy my content, please go ahead, click that subscribe button, join our family, and yeah. So the only request that one of our fellow Reese's Pieces who sent this in had was that I change her name. Just because I guess she comments on a lot of stuff and what happened to her was really scary. It took a lot of courage for her to send this in to me, and so I really do want to respect the privacy of her. So I am going to give her a different name. This is getting hard with all the names I've had to change. I feel like I'm running out of names. Let's call her Leah. We'll call you Leah. So in Leah's letter, she begins by telling me that she lived in Japan until she was 14 years old when her family decided to move to the US. So she had lived there for 14 years of her life and she attended an all-girls school. Now in this school, everyone had like their little cliques, and so she had about 3 or 4 girlfriends that were really close to her and they would do almost everything together. She doesn't remember the exact moment that it got brought up, but eventually the girls started to realize that they were having similar visions while walking home from school of this faceless man. Now Leah says that she still remembers what he looked like to this day, and that every time she thinks about it, she gets this unsettling, nauseous feeling in her stomach. And so basically she described him as a pretty tall, all blacked out man with no face, but like a gaping hole of a mouth. And so she said that they all would walk home different ways from this all-girls school, and they would all see this faceless man stalking them, so to speak. She thinks that it got brought up because one of the girls mentioned how there was this creepy guy who appeared to have no face following her home, and that was when they realized, hold on a second, you have a faceless man following you home. I have a faceless man following me home. You do, you do, you do. And they all realized that there was no way that one man could be in that many places at once. And automatically they had this feeling that it had to be something darker. So Leah says they made the mistake of all getting together at one of her friends' houses and trying to summon this faceless man. They were trying to egg him on and attract him because they wanted to see if what they were seeing was real. And also they were like 11 to 13, so I mean, you do silly things at that age, that's inevitable. And they said that nothing happened. They did not see this man, nothing. They all started to kind of even question like if they were really seeing this man or not, or if it was like a product of their imaginations. So that night they all returned to their own homes and they have a dream. And they all have a very similar dream. They dream of a big fire, what appears to be some sort of a ceremony, and the faceless man taking them. So when they get to school, the one girl says, I dreamt of him. And then they all realized that they had all dreamt of the same faceless man and the same style of dream. Now, shortly after this, Leah says one of her friends, what am I gonna call her now? Jane. Leah says one of her friends, Jane, starts to act really weird. So they start to realize that they're not dreaming or seeing this man anymore. They're not seeing him too often. It was like a brief thing. All but Jane. Jane dreamt of the man every single night. Jane said that he would stalk her, that he would peek in her windows of her house, that he would tap on the door, and when she would answer it, she wouldn't see him. Jane even told Leah that she saw the faceless man knocking on her door. Her mom went to answer it. She was begging her mom not to answer the door. When her mom answered the door, the faceless man was nowhere in sight, but as Jane approached around the corner, he was over in the bushes with his long claw-like fingers waving at her. If that doesn't sound like something out of a horror movie, I don't know what is. And all of a sudden, Jane started to distance herself from the girls. So Leah said that they were trying so hard to keep their friendship going. All of these girls were really close, and Jane just wanted nothing to do with it. She started to have really weird habits. She wouldn't look at anybody, she wouldn't talk to anybody, but if somebody would try to approach her on not looking at anybody or not talking to anybody, she would freak and start screaming at them. Now, this sounds familiar to me because I babysat a little girl who I believe was possessed, and she would switch on an instant too. So like that to me doesn't sound so crazy. Here's where the story concludes, but gets really, really creepy, you guys. A couple days after she stopped talking to everybody, Leah said Jane went missing. They couldn't find her, the police were on a search, everybody was looking for Jane. And she has never, as far as Leah knows, been found again. So at this point in the email, Leah went ahead and told me that she believes that he wanted one of them, and that was why they had that ceremony dream that they all had, and that perhaps he had chosen Jane. Either began to possess her, or stalk her, or scare her. She completely pulled back, disconnected from all of them, started to act angry and different, and then she turned up missing. A part of me wonders if perhaps what they saw was Slender Man. I never asked because I know when you experience things like this, and if this truly is a 100% true story, which I don't see why any of my Reese's Pieces would lie to me because we don't lie to each other. I know that when you experience things that are scary, sometimes you don't want to relive them, so I didn't even ask. But a part of me wonders, she said he had claw-like fingers, he had no face, Slender Man doesn't really have a face. She said he was pretty tall, but she didn't acknowledge that he was freakishly tall. All I know is that something had to have happened for her to want to reach out, and she actually reached out asking for my help. And so I had replied, I had given her the best advice that I could, and then I asked her if it would be okay if I shared the story with the Reese's Pieces, because we could try to figure out maybe what happened or what we think happened or speculate. I don't know, you guys. This story was chilling, and I really, really wanted to share it with you guys. What do you guys think happened to Jane? I mean, kids and teenagers turn up missing, unfortunately, on the daily, and a lot of them are never found. It could be a complete coincidence, her disappearance, in correlation to having seen this man and having changed after seeing him, or maybe they do tie together in some way, shape, or form. I don't know, you guys. I don't know what to think, and so that's why Leah and I are on here, well, just me, but on behalf of Leah, sharing her story and seeing if any of you guys know anything about this or have heard anything similar or what you guys think happened. Like I said, definitely let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this. I read through all of your comments, so I love to see that. Talk it out amongst each other. Please be kind to one another in doing so. And I look forward to hearing what you guys think happened, because all I know is that if this is a 100% authentic true story, that is what nightmares are made of. If you guys enjoyed today's video but you are not yet subscribed, please go ahead, click that subscribe button. I am posting every day for the month of October, so you don't want to miss that. And please give this video a big thumbs up. It makes my heart really happy when you guys do that, genuinely, like it does. So please do that. Remember, my loves, do all things with kindness. And until next time, I love you.